Namaste, Om Sai Ram. We're with Gautamji once again for this very important series on the life of Anna Sahib Gavankar, who was Baba's Mahabhakta, and some of the beautiful pointers he has shared in the satsangs over the years, which are recorded in this book, A Jewel of Sai Devotion. And today we will be discussing a very important pointer that Anna Sahib shared with all of us, that is on the importance of satsang. So firstly, Gautam, thank you so much for your time. And Gautam, if we can speak on this very important aspect of satsang in our lives.
Yes, I think this is one of the foundation pointers in Anna Sahib's book. You see, satsang, the literal meaning is the company of truth. Sat is truth, sang means company. What does this mean? That while I am involved in the mundane material world, what is this company of truth? What is truth? Which is eternal, which is not transient, which is not passing like material pleasures are passing. So satsang. And therefore we have a master as great as Baba showing us the way. So if I may read out some lines from here. All relationships, including our parents, siblings and friends, do bring love and happiness to our life, but these kinships have their own limitations. Through satsang, such a close and deep relationship is established between a master and his disciple that their intimacy cannot be compared with any other relationship. You see, the guru-disciple relationship cannot be defined. It is really of another realm, one can say. And being in the company of that relationship, as Anna Sahib is saying, all other relationships, you may get your love and whatever, but what the guru-disciple relationship is unparalleled. So to be in the company of the guru is satsang. So satsang does not mean going and attending a satsang only. To be in the company of the guru, remember the guru all the time, during the course of the day, set time apart by and by, whatever it may be, whether it is Nam Smaran, whether it is remembrance of a form, whatever you may call it, constant remembrance of the Guru is satsang. Satsang is a sadhana actually. That more and more I find that my consciousness is now shifting from the mundane to God. Then I know I am in satsang. Anyone says anything, anyone disturbs my consciousness, the thought is God. I'm offering it to the divine, as we discussed in a previous pointer, satsang. Then what happens is life is a perpetual satsang. It is really beautiful. We don't realize it, but when we are immersed in these kind of practices, we are merging into satsang, Nick. It's a very important, this pointer I think people should read and reread because they will gain different insights from this particular pointer. I would like to add also, if I may, just as a new lamp can be lit from a burning lamp, one can experience Chaitanya in the company of Chaitanya. This is satsang. See, I may go out with friends and watch a movie. I may go to some social party. What is Anna Sahib saying that? He is saying that that is not satsang. That is a social norm or activity for enjoyment. But Chaitanya and Chaitanya coming together, when I am in the satsang of a master, my Chaitanya is getting kindled and lit. The Sat in me is being lit. That is satsang. So that is what he is saying. It's a very beautiful and very potent sentence here. I would like to repeat it. Just as a new lamp can be lit from a burning lamp, one can experience Chaitanya in the company of Chaitanya. So, no matter who we are, whether we are beginners, whether we've never done this before, just being available to the master and the master's teaching is satsang.
You mentioned the master's teaching. Now, in this case of us being Baba devotees, this is available to us all the time as we engage with it, inasmuch as we engage with it. So, you see, I feel even when you meet other advanced devotees, or you engage in kirtans, or you engage in the reading of the Satcharit, your spiritual practices throughout the day, that also is a form of satsang, where your mind, heart, and soul are immersed in Baba and the yearning for it. So, the more you taste it, the bliss of that, the more you will want it. So, I also feel that comes with great good fortune.
Sure, that itself is grace. That wanting itself is the grace. That is true. And I think it is everyone's experience who's on this journey that they are to some extent losing interest in the mundane. Sometimes it can be difficult to navigate when that happens. We are not saying the mundane has to be neglected, but we are saying the focus has to be the satsang. That while I'm in the mundane, like we said in an earlier, you said it so aptly, I am in the world but not of it. That is so relevant. And if we reach that state, we are in satsang. Because we are not in the world. We are actually out of it. This American mystic Joel Goldsmith expressed it very differently, which was, I found, quite beautiful. He says it's as if you have risen above the dualistic world, above the pairs of opposites which buffet you all the time. When one has seen that pleasure and pain is the design of life, I am not going to run after pleasures anymore because it's useless. And nor am I going to avoid pain. There's no point escaping it. I have to face what I have to face. When this realization is there, I am above the pairs of opposites. I'm in satsang. I'm in the truth zone, so to speak. It's very beautiful. And I think it is really any spiritual seeker can get a feeling and understand what we both are talking about in this pointer, because they have definitely felt it.
I would also want to add one pointer here, that when you get the opportunity for satsang, make the most of it, because it's very precious, very precious. So, be it coming, even going to Shirdi, when you visit Shirdi, when you'll get those few moments inside, when you go to an advanced devotee, like it's difficult to meet but if you meet someone who's totally immersed in Baba, don't try and go make conversation or try and show your experiences. Sit in stillness, absorb that presence, try and go as an empty cup, because Baba's grace is showered on them. One can pick up and imbibe a lot.
Yes, and this is a point I'd like to add on in terms of attending physical satsangs if we are. It is what we bring to the satsang which shows our dedication. For example, I would land up late. Now, it's okay if I have a genuine reason, but if I'm just the type that theek hai, satsang is beginning at 10 a.m., it's okay if I land up at 10:20. It is what I am bringing to the satsang, my casualness, or the way I dress, or if I'm checking my mobile phone when the master or the guide is speaking and, mentioning something. So it is for me to see, no one may tell me, no one may correct me, but what am I bringing to the satsang?
It's something one has to very honestly self-reflect on.
It's really a journey in awareness. And I used to see some very beautiful things in my guide satsangs. people not from our tradition, the reverence and the respect, the way they would get up and do namaste, or how when one beautiful example was I think he was a Japanese man. He was sitting, there were 3 people sitting in a row to ask questions. So when his question was answered, the mic was passed on to the next person. The next person in the middle had nothing to ask. He said, all my questions got answered when he asked the questions. So that was the turn of the third person. This man here got up, walked across, and put the mic on that man's shirt. And he went back and sat. And our guide said, this man has the full understanding. What does that mean? Perpetual satsang. Look at the care, the kindness, the compassion. We would just take out the mic and pass it on, what we would normally do. So, whatever tradition he came from, whoever was his master, what a representative of that. Then you know that all our acts are imbued with this quality. So, what we bring to satsang, as you sow, so you reap.